But before I invite Vice President Harris to deliver your opening remarks.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is good to see you again, and thank you for the warm welcome to Jakarta, Mr. President. We last saw each other in Bangkok last November at the APEC Leaders Meeting, and before that it was my pleasure to join President Joe Biden in hosting you at the historic U.S. ASEAN Summit, Special Summit in Washington, D.C. last May. I thank you for your leadership of ASEAN 2023. You have made it a priority for ASEAN to deliver concrete results with a particular emphasis on economic growth. And you have been a strong partner as we work to restore Myanmar's path to democracy. Today we will continue in the important bilateral relationship that we will strengthen as we work together and as we reinforce the conversations that you have had with President Biden, most recently in Bali. Indonesia is an important partner and friend to the United States. We have a long-standing friendship and relationship which has helped promote both prosperity and security for our nations and a free and open Indo-Pacific. Mr. President, there is an impressive amount of work underway between our nations as we share a desire to continue to strengthen our ties. You have made economic growth a priority, which we appreciate, and it is a priority we share. To that end, last year we launched the Just Energy Transition Partnership, a $20 billion infrastructure initiative which will reduce global emissions, accelerate the transition to clean energy, support broad-based economic growth, and help American companies here in Indonesia. We also launched a $698 million Millennial Challenge Compact, which will help build sustainable infrastructure and further strengthen our economic relationship. Moving forward, we also look forward to working with you to increase the flow of goods and services between our nations, including through the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. We will also continue to work with Indonesia to build resilient supply chains, including for the critical minerals required to expand our clean energy economies. And we will support your efforts to expand Indonesia's digital economy. On the issue of security, we are proud to expand our defense partnership, to support your maritime security agency, and to stand with you in defense of international rules-based order. In conclusion, Mr. President, the United States is proud of our strong and growing ties. As two of the world's largest democracies, I'm confident our partnership will only grow stronger in the years and decades to come. I thank you for the welcome.
Thank you, Jancy. There are 5 issues that I would like to raise.
Thank you, Press. Madam Vice President, how close are you on Indonesia? Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys.
How's your day? Good. Very well. We're all very busy.
Excellencies, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, please rise. The President of the Republic of Indonesia, ASEAN, and U.S. leaders arrive at the venue. Please be seated.
Your Excellency Vice President Kamala Harris to deliver her opening statement. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations on a successful year as the chair of ASEAN. It is my honor to be here in Indonesia and to be back in Southeast Asia. This is my 3rd trip to Southeast Asia since taking office as Vice President of the United States, and my 4th to the Indo-Pacific. And in May of 2023, it was my pleasure to chair several sessions with ASEAN leaders at the historic U.S.-ASEAN Special Summit in Washington, D.C. It is good to see so many of you again. The United States has an enduring commitment to Southeast Asia and more broadly to the Indo-Pacific. We are a proud Pacific power, and the American people have a profound stake in the future of the Indo-Pacific. We share historic bonds and common values with many of the people and nations here. And our alliances and partnerships support the security and prosperity of the United States and ASEAN. For example, Mr. President, as you mentioned, the flow of commerce between Southeast Asia and the United States supports more than 600,000 American jobs. And U.S.-ASEAN economic cooperation represents a huge opportunity for growth for both of our markets. And the defense and deterrence commitments of the United States and our security presence in the Indo-Pacific help protect our homeland and ensure regional stability. It is therefore in our vital interest to promote a region that is open, interconnected, prosperous, secure, and resilient. Colleagues, ASEAN is at the center of America's commitments to the Indo-Pacific. As the United States Indo-Pacific strategy makes clear, we are committed to ASEAN centrality. And I am pleased that our collective vision for the Indo-Pacific is in strong alignment. We have a shared commitment to international rules and norms, and to our partnership on pressing national and regional issues such as the crisis in Myanmar. The United States will continue to press the regime to end the horrific violence, to release all those unjustly detained, and to reestablish Myanmar's path to inclusive democracy. And we will continue to support ASEAN's 5-point consensus. More broadly, in a demonstration of the enduring and important relationship between the United States and Southeast Asia, since President Biden and I took office, we have expanded U.S.-ASEAN ties. To that end, we have upgraded the relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. We invested in infrastructure and the digital economy. We launched major initiatives to address the climate crisis and health security. And we expanded cultural and educational exchange programs. And today, I am pleased to announce that we will establish, through a public-private partnership, the first ever U.S.-ASEAN Center in Washington, D.C. The center will facilitate official ASEAN engagements and support further exchange between our people, businesses, and academic institutions. To further strengthen our ties, I'm also pleased that our ambassador to ASEAN, Johannes Abraham, is here in Jakarta. He has been a close advisor to President Biden and to me since we took office, and I know his leadership will help make progress on the many issues we will discuss today. Additionally, I will acknowledge and welcome the presence of Timor-Leste in this meeting. The United States will continue to support Timor-Leste in its path towards ASEAN membership. In conclusion, I believe as leaders we must address global challenges of today while also investing in a long-term vision. We must look 10, 20, 30 years out and measure our current steps against that vision. The United States and the nations of Southeast Asia share many long-term interests and priorities, as well as a long-term vision. So with that in mind, I look forward to our discussion today, and I thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, before we begin the closed meeting session, I respectfully request the media to leave the meeting room. Thank you.